Hello everyone, welcome to a July monthly kind of general health reading. It is a pick a card so you can tune in to receive the messages related to you and just sort of a general health checkup here with the angels. Obviously not a medical professional, so please have the necessary conversations, take the necessary actions coming from the messages. If you need more time to tune in, please pause the video because I'm an organic reader. You're going to see me moving the cards. I'd also timestamp below, so you can just go ahead and skip ahead to the card that you've tuned into. Otherwise, I will put these two aside and we'll get into our first group here. Okay, oh, maybe I should leave it the way you tuned into it. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick timestamp gathering here, and then we'll jump in. Okay, so those of you drawn to this first card, what we'll do is we'll get the charms first, see what the health conversation focus is. I will use this deck of cards to also get some cards, and then we'll check out and see what this is, kind of a general theme that's brought all of you here to this card, and we'll see how it connects in with the rest of the messages. Okay, I am dealing with neck mobility issues right now, limited neck mobility issues, so I do apologize if throughout the reading you hear like soft ows as I forget and I just try to move naturally, or if I suddenly turn my head or kind of reach for something. I'm just going to pause here while they provide some charms to see where else they want to focus in on. Yep, there's movement over here. And we'll just see if there's anything else. Like I said, it's just general health for the month, so generally don't get too many charms. Okay, so we'll put the card there. Just gonna turn these right side up and just kind of tune in here and make sure everything's on the tile where they want it to be. Kind of on the corner here. They'll put it back on the corner. I thought maybe they wanted it on this tile, but nope. Okay, so I'll leave it where it is. Oh, we've got a bit of a relationship here causing some pain. Stack of cards. Okay, let's see what our complimentary cards are here for more clarity, details about what the angels want you to discuss about. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the one they tossed sideways here. Not sure why I fought with it so much. They don't generally do that. This one and this one. Interesting how they're having me kind of move the deck around and chase through light here. Okay. All right. Put those aside. Just tuning in here, seeing where we're going to be starting. Excuse me, apologize. Okay. So, before we jump in to where they're pulling me here, let's see what our collective card is for this reading. A beautiful pairing here. I wonder if that's the relationship being reflected here. Maybe everyone is being drawn in from a recent hurt suffered in a relationship. You know, maybe it was words said over dinner. Pretty literal here with the wine card. Or I guess cups card, but I was reading it as wine. I was tuning in to see, I was trying to see if this was a conversation, like if something was said, if words were spoken, but I don't feel like that's the case for everybody. But they are focusing me in here on this point of when this hurt happened, whether it was conversation or not, because they won't let me confirm that's conversation, so it's going to be specific to your scenario here, but there's a hurt here between two people. That's kind of drawing us in here. I'm also getting pulled down, almost looks like a bird to me right here, the head, and then I'm seeing the feet, the legs. So I don't know if kind of knees downward to foot to feet, if there's going to be some conversation around that as well for some of you drawn to this card. So let's see. I wonder if I can just get it. Oh wow, it actually stood up nicely for me. That's a first time. Maybe I shouldn't fuss with it when it does that. Okay, so where are we going to first? Well, we've already been talking about the relationship. I talked about it as soon as the charms came down. So you have hurt feelings of or from another, because of another. This is very new, so that's why I'm saying it's recent. With my little Bambi here. Doesn't matter what side we look at her. But there's like an infancy here with her attentiveness, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of a recent hurt, because you're shy, you're kind of holding back, you're on wobbly legs. And I know it's with a close relationship, because I have my soulmate charm here. So this is a close bond, so family member, partner, best friend, or close friends. Could be a close-knit circle. So they're kind of pulling me into the roundness here. And you kind of have to, they're saying cleanse your body of this. So you're gonna have to go through your feelings, work them out. You know, figure out what you need to do, but maybe they'll give us some suggestions here of how to kind of work through your emotional pain here, it looks like. But if it's saying cleanse your body of this, even though I feel like it's recent, it's definitely a focus for you, as most recent hurts are, recent pains are. But I don't know if you're consumed by it, obsessed by it in order to work through it, or if you're just stuck in that phase of continually reflecting back and talking about, kind of sitting in that hurt space, right? Okay. So we're focusing in here. I feel like this is the heart chakra for some reason. Or I guess just heart center. I don't know why I say it, heart chakra. Maybe it's just your energies, because it is covered with the blue kind of emotion that I get, sort of the blue hue they use for emotional aura. See how you're kind of looking at your heart here. It's like on the outside of your body. You're okay, except for when you go to this heart space, and then the emotions start flooding back. So again, reflecting the depth of that connection there, of who this relationship is. You got a lot to work through as well. Like I was saying, there's sort of this, I don't want to say stages of grief, but I mean, there's always stages of emotions as we work through pain, as we work through emotional pain, or, you know, maybe it was trust. Maybe trust was broken, but you're already up a level. So you got a little bit more work to do here as you focus in on your heart, right? You're still connected in here. But you're kind of working through the stages here. Don't get stuck on this one tier, this one emotion, this one feeling as it relates to this person or scenario. Sort of the recent pain that they were, I guess, the trigger of, or the cause of. Now, when I look at the other card here and kind of this balancing, what I'm noticing is, so look at the size of this. I don't think this is the scale of the hurt. Like, say this is the person, right? The scenario of the person. And you're putting it here, but then we have this greater individual, this greater opportunity, situation, scenario, environment. It's coming in and it's launching, like it's already launching sort of past hurts here away. So I don't know if this will be an incoming apology, but I feel more like this is a completely different person. So I don't know if the message here is to not only let go of the feelings, but let go of the relationship. And maybe that's why it's really coming out in a health reading here, because it's weighing on you. There's probably history there, either with this person or history in repetition of the same type of scenario or relationship. So again, if this is a workplace, this could be new person, same scenario kind of thing. But you're launching that away with this new person, new connection. Like they're about the size of 4 people in one, right? That's how great they are, how significant they're going to be. The positive impact as well, because when they come in, you're releasing all these negative experiences, negative feelings. But you kind of have to meet them, right? They're up here waiting to drop. So you still got to get your, like kind of move yourself a bit. I think you'll still cross paths with them, but your soul energies here, the angels' energies want you ready to receive them, right? We don't want you thrown off balance. We want you welcoming them in happily. Okay. So let's come down here to some more physical issues, less emotional. Though, I mean, the pain that you could have received here from this other person could have been physical. I mean, they could have physically hurt you. Because I was seeing sort of the shyness here, right? The tentativeness. Okay. In which case, yeah, you definitely want to walk away from that bond, right? Okay. I'm going to start down here where they have their spotlight with the clock. They have another charm that's just spotlight, but this one's like I don't know why I look at it. I see a grandfather clock, but I see it ticking. So they're putting a spotlight on now as being a right time to add something to your routine, to start practicing something. As an example, I'm only a month in, but I've started Reiki. I've introduced Reiki into my morning routine. So I do 40 minutes of Reiki. So it could be something like that for you, right? It's the right time to introduce something positive into your daily routine that's going to benefit you. This is the right time to start doing that. And it should be something that kind of connects to all of you here. This is my starfish charm, so this is all dimensions of you. So introduce what you need to into your daily routine, into your monthly habits, your annual habits that are going to help you address and kind of fulfill all areas of you. So if appearance is an area that you feel lacking in confidence and self-esteem, then introduce something into your routine that's going to help you in that area. Like if I was lacking in self-esteem, maybe once a week I'll do a face mask. I don't know, right? Tighten the skin. So it doesn't have to be a grandiose gesture is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have to be something huge, but it's got to benefit you, right? It needs to be beneficial for you. Something that will become just naturally part of your everyday routine, but now's the right time to start it, right? If you're someone who has been putting off working out, now's the time to start it. I'm putting an emphasis there. Okay. So So, oh, okay. So we have feet issue balance. What did I see? Oh yeah, up here, feet issues with our card. So balance, we have balance here. So please watch tripping. Really, that's what I get here, tripping. If you're someone susceptible to vertigo, just be careful this month with anything that might trigger that. But I feel more of this is like stumbling, missing a step, missing the curb, stepping on a child's toy, right? Tripping. Your dog's leash gets wrapped around your ankles, right? Sort of this kind of knocking you off balance as it relates to your feet. Maybe that's why when I was looking at this card, I was only looking from knees down, right? From your lower half. I don't know why I slapped my knee. You can't see me on camera. Bone issues. I mean, it is connected to feet, so that's just watch out for any small fractures, right? We don't want twisted ankles, broken toes, nothing like that. And it is touching men's health, but it wasn't quite. It was just, I feel like it was more focused on these two. I'm not feeling gender, so I'm just gonna keep this charm to those two sort of knee down balance to kind of avoid a fracture. And it's got the sunflower, which is quite nice because sunflowers stand still. The angels aren't telling you not to move. They're just asking you to, move a little slower, move with caution and purpose, right? Just be aware of your surroundings, please. But then we do have a milestone on men's issues, health issues. So for all of you who are male gender, have a significant male in your life as well. So this could just be you being brought aware and being in tune with them as well, because it could be emotional health. But they're putting a milestone on this as it relates to a men's health issue. So if it's a milestone, that means this is an opportunity to catch something now, so a diagnosis. So if you have not had your annual checkup, please go. Go see your doc and just have a once over and see what you can catch. Go for that follow-up if you've been putting off, because there's delay here. Maybe that's why the sunflower is touching this. There's a delay. Sitting at a standstill. So if you've been waiting to hear back about tests or be called in for a x-ray or something, please follow up. They're putting a milestone stamp on July here, July, August, depending on when you see this, or just 2025, the year, a milestone year for you. This could be, you could be at a period or age where our bodies just start changing, right? I feel like I'm at the age now where I'll just wake up a random morning and there's another part of my body that's just like, I don't know, gone soft. Or for example, my neck, this was, I woke up in the morning and could not move. So a bit of milestone here. So let's see what the cards will give us a bit more clarity on this. Well, I don't know about you, but that looks like a little bit of a doctor's exam, don't you think? Right? The tongue depressor, could be read as a needle, but kind of listening to your heartbeat, right? The multiple things they stick in us to check us all out. So what is that? Colonoscopy. I think that's important for men's health too, right? The colon. It's important to all humans, but I think in men's health in particular, colon health is something that I see and hear talked about a lot. So if you've been putting that off, please don't. Something here about the hair. I wonder why they're pulling me into the hair. I don't know if that relates to introduce something new into your routine. I was talking about appearance. Like I had just randomly chose appearance, and then I said I would do a face mask once a week. This could be anything, right? It could be electrolysis. I know there's been great success with those sort of the new innovation in hair technology, sort of that hair club for men company, their newer evolution. I know that I've seen more spokespeople kind of come forward with some success stories, so that's something of concern for you. And I'm just saying that because of the laser, the light here. So it could be the laser hair removal, tattoo removal, or treatments, right? I'm someone who has rosacea, so I get like a laser kind of treatment, dermatology treatment for my rosacea. So it could be something similar like that, just starting that process. But it seems to be kind of head or skin, kind of surface level focused here, physical appearance. So we have physical appearance. We definitely have the get tested if you haven't been, or follow up about that test. And then what we have here, interesting. I kind of see him, I mean, I am Canadian, but he kind of looks like a hockey player here to me. Looks like he has his, or a football player, has his shoulder pads here. Knee pads. I wonder if this is related to the fractures. You know, just be careful of joints. They're pulling me to the pads here. Knees, shoulders. I had knees here, so maybe joints. Joints is the message. So just be careful. You know, arthritis can develop. This is also the season of like DIY, pulling me to the sword, kind of digging, or like I said, out there playing sports, you know, street hockey, football, whatever it is, soccer, baseball, or just being active, just being out and active, and just being mindful, again, the walking, right, the feet. You don't want to stumble and hurt a knee or fall into something. So interesting that we went to kind of a joint place here with this. He's also standing very aware, right? We had the message here of be aware of your surroundings when you're walking, be purposeful. I mean, he's all padded up, he's all geared up, so he's protected if he falls, but just trying to see if there was anything else there. But yeah, so I you know, depending on what your story is, there's definitely a relationship over here. Like I said, that recent hurt that you're working through, but you're gonna get a new connection. You know, you're gonna get your new person, your new connection, or the next stage of that connection. If you're working through it with them, working through the hurt with them, right? You're gonna be in a much better place. And then down here, just kind of the call for the health, watch from the knees down, watch joints, and then starting something, that little extra something in your routine. I just noticed too, right? Shining the light, and they were shining the light. Now's the time to do it. The light here is also at the 12 o'clock, right? The start of the new cycle around the clock face, the next turn of your wheel of fate, right? This is July seems to be a key period for this, for July 2025 seems to be a key period for the start of something, start of a new phase. Maybe that's why we have the milestone here in health, right? You want to catch something now in July so that you're nice and strong in this new phase. Okay, well, thank you, group number 1, for joining for your health messages. I'm going to change up here. Like I said, I'm organic, so I'm just gonna put these back in the bowl. Bring out card number 2. I think these cards go this way, actually. Where's the deck? Right here. Okay. All right. I'm just going to adjust a little bit and be careful of my neck. Okay, timestamp. Okay, so those of you drawn to the second card, I'm going to go ahead and get our charms. see what the focus of the health message is today. Sorry, I'm just going to move this down a bit. I was bumping into my fake plant there. Okay. So let's see where they want to talk to you for July health, kind of conversations they want you to have with your medical team and professionals, family members, yourself, whatever it pertains to in terms of message. Okay. That's interesting. They don't usually land perfectly on the tile like that. I felt movement up here too in the beginning. I think I felt right there. Okay. I'm just waiting because I'm still feeling movement. I don't know if it's here or... Okay. Moved everything out of the way just for that. Isn't it nice to see how they work with the charms? Okay. I'm just gonna tune in, kind of get up right here with the charms. Right place, right time for some kind of new connection, social. Well, right place is this social gathering, and right time, right person, right place. Okay. We got some support here. They want you to ask for help, so you must be aware of some health challenges you're struggling with, or a challenge. And there's a solution. I don't know why they want you to stop. Okay. Let's get some cards for additional clarity and messaging. Let's see what our health conversation here is about. That was flying out almost like those social charms were. Okay, let's see. What cards do they want? And where do they want them? Okay. Sorry, I'm adjusting a lot. Just dealing with some mobility issues of my own. Okay, let's see. Starting with your card here, so the one you were drawn to, collective kind of message, collective energies. What's the commonality here? These are beautiful cards, so I'll try to get them nice and clear here on camera for all of us. Okay. I'm wondering why they're really drawing me into the kind of honey orange tea. They're really pulling me into the liquid here in the toss in the cup. I mean, it's gonna sound odd. Well, it's a health reading, but I don't know if the connective tissue here is looking. I feel weird saying it because this isn't. It's a general reading, not a personal reading. But I do want to say like urine. Like monitoring your urine for health insights, or maybe you recently, you went to the restroom recently and you were kind of shocked. You were like, oh, I don't, that color is kind of shocking to me. But yeah, they're pulling me just into here. I don't know if that's why they're choosing the beautiful porcelain cup here, like the porcelain throne, right? The seat. Okay, so monitoring urine, watching I'm looking at your urine as a health sign here. Okay. Well, not really getting anything else beyond that. Like they're making me ignore the plants and everything. They just want me to look at the bowl and look in the bowl. Cup. I don't know what I'm saying bowl for. Interesting place to start, because I started with the right place, right time in terms of a connection down here. Let's just start down here. This is where I was. So you're at the right place, right time in terms of a social gathering, an environment, a workplace, an office. You know, maybe this is you coming to this reading and then going right to your doctor's office. So right place, right time. But there's a lot of wisdom here, a lot of knowledge. An expert, that's what my larger turtle is. This is the wise sage. This is someone with great wisdom, an expert. So right place, right time in terms of being in some kind of public or social environment. So it could even be a house full of people, right? It could be a social gathering like that. And you're gonna cross paths with this expert, this individual with a lot of knowledge for you. See what the cards are. I don't know, maybe they read better far away. I don't know. They're very detailed cards. I kind of feel like down here at this social gathering, it's like the two of you, it's like you find this expert and then the two of you kind of go off in the corner. You're like, can I ask you something? Yesterday when I went pee, you know, my urine was bright orange. I don't know, right? And they're like, okay, so this is what you should do, or this is who you should go talk to. This is what that usually means, so check your diet. There's like this, you're not hiding from the party, but you're just kind of stepping off here to the side, right? Everybody's kind of still around, but not everybody's part of this conversation. But it's interesting that you're so confident and bold enough and vulnerable enough, willing to be vulnerable enough to pick the brain here of this expert as it relates to your situation here, your health, what you've noticed. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe you just noticed something, not necessarily urine for everybody, but you've noticed something. And so you cross paths with an expert and you're just like, you know what, I just wanted to talk to you about this. Can I ask you a random question? What does it mean when, I don't know, your pinky toe does this? Okay, let's see. Yeah, this card's giving sort of a similar kind of messaging here, sort of this whispering out of the side of the cheek, right? You're consulting the wise dragon here, and he's kind of whispering the answer out of his cheek. His mouth isn't fully open. He's not telling everybody. So it is a private consultation, a private conversation that you have. Like I said, this could be a doctor's office, just the right expert that you're with. But here we're back to the yellow. So maybe it is urine that we all need to monitor right now, to look at. You know, maybe you're starting to develop stones here as they pull me into the kind of flame flickers here. Maybe just the frequency of going to the restroom has picked up on you. So it's just a matter of talking to your healthcare professional about the current stage or possible reasons for increased frequency. But I don't know why you're kind of openly talking it here. Like, even if you are in a doctor's office, I don't feel like you're in the private room consulting. For some reason, I still see people kind of walking by. This would be more like you stop them in the hallway to talk to them, and the nursing staff here, the assistants, right? They're all walking by up and down the hallways. Oops. Okay. But the good news is you got somebody with the knowledge, with the answers that you will find. You're going to be in the right place, right time to get the help you need. Okay, well, I've been touching here, so I'll go here. So this health challenge to be aware of, it does say ask for help. So if it's this that you're consulting about down here, please do ask them for help. Or based on the knowledge they give you, go ask for help, right? Because you are in a social setting here. So follow up with them if they're the ones that are going to offer the help, or reach out and seek the help that they suggest. Or if you feel like I shouldn't be waiting for this right place, right time, and this reading could be the right place, right time, right? Social gathering. The wise people are your energies, the angels' energies, not me. But it's something you're already probably aware of in order to reach out and ask for help. Let's hear. The health of your work environment. So that's connected to that. So something with regards to your health environment maybe is affecting your health. Could be air quality. I don't know if you have a scent-free office environment. Maybe you work in food, so there might be something in your environment that you're breathing in. But we have a strong is beautiful message here. So whatever it is in your sort of work environment, which means second environment, I should clarify, not necessarily work, but just means where you spend the bulk of your time outside of your home environment. So if you're not at home, where do you spend the rest of your time? But because it's saying strong is beautiful, I feel like it's draining you energy-wise. So you're getting tired, you're, not moving. I feel this kind of flat emotionally, right? You're not energized, you're not excited. The power of manifestations, opportunities are touching that. So there must be an opportunity coming up around the corner here for you, because it's just lightly touching that. It's not really driving my attention up there yet, but it is sitting on a solution. So there's a solution incoming here to help you get your energy back here in your second primary environment. Maybe that's the help you ask for. Someone needs to hear from you, and there's a lack of direction. So again, it's a health reading, so this could be your health professional if you haven't followed up on something. Maybe they need to hear from you. Maybe there's tests. Maybe you're supposed to bring in a urine sample and they still haven't heard from you. But in order for there to be a very clear what to do next, where to go next, this kind of conversation needs to happen. You need to connect back with this individual. And it's part of this solution up here. Maybe it's this ask for help that they need to hear back so that you can get this sense of direction. I don't know why it feels separate from down here. Why wouldn't it be the same person down here? Now there's a pause and wait message. Kind of stop what you're doing. Pause, wait, stop what you're doing. Cut it out, stop. Yeah, if this person needs to hear from you or they need your urine sample, there's only so many reasons to not provide a urine sample, right? We're afraid of them seeing that we, ate the poppy seed bagel, or they're going to see that my cholesterol is spiked. They're going to see that my salt levels are too high, so they know I haven't cut out, the pasta that I was supposed to, or my sugar levels are high again, so they know I didn't cut out the desserts. I've been enjoying my salty snacks again. So that's kind of the message I'm getting here. So please don't make this bigger than it needs to be. It just feels like, please stop this, cut it out. Please stop this, cut it out. I feel like you've been asked, because there's a new solution here. New solution, endless possibilities, endless opportunities. I think the solution is to cut this out. Whatever it is, that's the solution. Cut it out, and then, this improves, right? The opportunities, all the improvements turn around. You start to feel strong again. You don't feel tired and drained and pulled down. Now they are pointing to the answers are in your dreams, which means you know the answer. That the arrows flying through the double heart, which means both head and heart, both your intuition, your gut, your logical mindset, reality. Everything is telling you, you're supposed to cut this out. You're supposed to stop this, right? So like I said, if you're someone that needs to monitor sugar levels, cholesterol, salt, right? Everything needs to be in harmony and balance. But somebody needs to hear from you. Kind of makes more sense why we're looking at urine, right? Kind of seeing all the levels. Though I guess that's blood too. So I don't know why I went to seeing blood in that. But yeah. So let's see what the elaboration is here. Look at the team at work, right? Kind of feels like a lab team, as I was talking about urine sample, blood sample. They got to look at your makeup, your workup. Maybe you're on a new diet plan. So this is your angel. I don't know why I struggled with that. Your angel, but your physical team, right? Your support team at home, your medical team, your naturopath, whatever it is. This is everybody coming together to look at the updated info, right? Your updated results on you. So make sure that whoever needs to hear back from you does. They need to collaborate and work together here for the betterment of you, for your benefit. I don't know what's up with you guys. Or not even you guys. I don't know why I'm putting this on you guys. I don't know what's up with the cards. But as I tune into the 10 Pentacles here, I'm seeing, again, urine. So I don't know if these are the samples, or if these are the number of times that you've seen this kind of red flag at home, because this feels like the family's kind of staring at you. Are you the kind of person that doesn't like to go to the doctor's office? Right? You're aware of a challenge. Are you also someone who doesn't like to see the signs? You just kind of ignore them. You think it's going to come to pass. But I feel like you've got like an entourage here kind of looking at you like, please listen to us here. Please, please don't eat that next cookie. Have this instead. Although that's probably the wrong thing to point at. I think it's a birthday cake. But you do have a support team. That's what's nice with this ask for help, this sense of direction, someone that needs to hear from you. They're kind of sitting and waiting here. That's 2 cards now where they're sitting and waiting, right? To hear from you regarding your health. I mean, it could be stones. It could be kidney stones that you're developing, and that's why you're ignoring the signs in your urine, as they're showing me now. Again, the pentacles, and now they're kind of rolling down the hill. Whatever this is, though, it is something that's going to come to pass. Either you're going to pass it painfully, or you're going to get the help you need to overcome it and recover quicker. But there is recovery. It does come to pass. There is celebration to feeling good again, feeling energized again. That could be, the solution here for your second environment, right? The thing you can cut out here is maybe getting the coffee on the way to work. Maybe black coffee just doesn't agree with your digestive system anymore. Maybe it's just digestive system. It's connected to, I've been saying diet, urine, digestion, blood, sugar, salt, all those kind of words have been coming out of me. So look at your diet. Maybe it's just a matter of connecting in with a pharmacist, a naturopath, a specialist in vitamins, right? Maybe that's the conversation. Maybe that's why I see people here, right place, right time, especially if it's a pharmacist. Because you kind of have your conversation at the desk, right? They're on one side, you're on the other. People are in line, but they don't really hear the conversation happening here, right? Especially if you're whispering, like pharmacist, I'm suffering with this, and I was told to come pick up whatever, what do I do? And then they tell you what aisle to go down, or what vitamin won't conflict with your other vitamin. But the good news is this recovery that I see. I like seeing that. It's just, you need to deal with it. You know, it feels like you're either ignoring the signs that you're seeing, because like I said, there definitely feels like there's a follow-up here, and there's people looking at you. So whether it's your family or your work, right? Because we're seeing your environment here. So the people around you, your network around you, all kind of know and want to support you with this. So, you know, please follow up. Please talk to who you need to talk to, and pay attention to the signs, right? You know, it doesn't necessarily need to be urine. Urine is just a way for our body to physically tell us something is up, right? If we're ignoring the signs in the sense of sensations that we're feeling. Okay, so that was quite interesting. I didn't think I would be focused so much down in the digestive urinary tract area. Okay, let's get into group number 3 here. So thank you for joining. If you didn't connect with card number 3, I'm just going to set up here for the next group, and we'll get into those health messages. Okay, so group number 3, you're attracted to the 3rd card here. Before we look at it, I'm going to get the charms, see where the conversation is going. Just letting them discard. Okay. Nope. Okay. Are we good now, angels? Okay, let's try now. Let's see what they want to focus on, talk about. Nope, we've got some pain here to be acknowledged. I just came from a reading about kind of needing to acknowledge some signs that the body's providing. Let's see, the charms are getting ready to fall, so they're eager for the next message here. Just got to find it with them. Okay, maybe it's over here. All the way at the top. They waited for a long time for that. Okay, I'm just gonna do another pass, make sure they got everything where they want it. This seems right though, because so far each group before you had kind of 2 areas. Sorry if I'm making noises because of I keep forgetting I have limited neck mobility right now. Okay. I feel like that shoe is discarded, to be honest. Kind of hanging off there on the side, and we got a little spotlight. Okay. Where did I put the deck of cards? Over here. All right, let's get the cards to complement, add the elaborations, get clarity on our messages. We'll just see here what they want where. Getting me to kind of dig around and push in here. Okay. Let's tune in, and then we'll start. Okay, so starting with your key card. So this was the card you were attracted to, and kind of, I guess, the commonality. So all of us that were attracted to this energy. Let's see what the message is about. Well, I'm immediately, I don't know about you, but I was immediately drawn into sort of the Tin Man feeling, right? The oiling of the joints. You know, the mechanical, are all your mechanics working? You know, maybe I'm part of this group because of my neck mobility, right? My neck mechanics are not working right now. So maybe you're in the same boat. Maybe there's limited mobility, right? Because I've seen the oiling, right? When gears start to slow down, you might be feeling that. You know, you might even have the sensation. You might be able to kind of feel your joints, or you just have limited mobility like I have right now. You know, you can't, let's see, which way is this looking? Well, they're looking right. I can't look. Oh, yeah, that's the way I can. They're looking left, sorry. I don't know my right from my left. But that's the way I can't look right now. That's interesting. Okay, so we've got joints, body mechanics, movement, sort of picking up here as a main theme, as a sort of your health issue right now to be aware of. Joints, movement, mobility, slowing down. Could just be energetically slowing down. Just trying to see here what they want to, or what side they want to start on. I was about to come down here, and then my hand kind of opened back up over here. So we'll head up to this top corner here. So we're going to start with this avoid this for better health tile. Avoid this for better health. And we have a winter's coming, so this is a chill. Depending on, you know, what your seasonality is, are you overindulging on like ice cream? Air conditioning can also affect, actually air conditioning, I don't know why I said ice cream. Air conditioning really affects joints, or coming in and out of the two environments as well. Like if your office place is really cold or cool, but there's this coldness here. You need to warm up. You need to warm your joints up here, warm your body up. I was going to say with exercise, but if we have limited mobility, it's not easy to move and exercise, especially if it's similar to mine with my neck. My neck is pretty primary here. I can feel the left side of my back also affected. So you might have something similar. So I won't suggest exercise. Embrace a new activity as I look at what the tile says. So the angels are putting a spotlight on embracing a new activity. So I guess since I can't do like my weightlifting, or I shouldn't say weightlifting, I shouldn't misrepresent myself. I lift low weight barbells. That's the best way to put it. But maybe I should shift to, I don't know, stretching, you know, maybe yoga, Pilates, something that will stretch my body out. As an example of them putting a spotlight on a new activity here. And you haven't started, right? The ball of yarn here is still wrapped up. Talking about joints, knitting is something that's very hard on the joints. So this could be a message from the angels that unfortunately you need to put this down, right? Leave this balled up and pick up another new activity, something that your body can do, right? Especially if we have arthritis of the fingers. Knitting needles, not the best activity for arthritic hands, to my knowledge, to my awareness. So there's that, you know, putting down and starting something new, something that you can do, right? I wonder why they're pulling me back to avoid this for better health. You know, winter's coming, put some distance, right? Right now it's July, so there's some distance between now and winter. So putting some distance between you and this activity, or putting this down, you know, if I stick with this knitting example, put down your knitting for now and pick up another activity that will help you, I don't know, help just maintain or maybe strengthen your joints. And then in the winter, kind of pick up your knitting again, see if you can do it again. Kind of avoid something, put something on the back burner for now for improved health. Basically recover, right? Don't rush your recovery. If I go back to my neck pain, I need to make sure I'm fully recovered before I go ahead and try to lift a kettlebell above my head. So we have cleanse your body of this, which was also touching on a new activity, and it's for balance. I Love Soccer is all about loving yourself, so listen to your body. And the soccer ball, the black and white soccer ball, is all about balance. So if we're going back to joints, so sort of head to toe with you guys, there's no one area that they're drawing me to. So this is going to be specific to you on where your joint or body pain is, where your limited mobility is, or why you have limited mobility. But this new activity should be focused on what's going to help provide you greater balance, provide you better maintenance, and like I said, recovery, in order to go back to what you were doing before. Rest and recover now, right? Cleanse your body of this pain, and then you can get back to it. Sitting on all four. So, ow, shoot, sorry, everybody. Man, not being able to turn left, being a left-handed person, is not a very good thing. Okay. So kind of sitting on all four, it is a larger charm, but sort of listen to your body, which we were already kind of saying in terms of getting balance and cleansing your body of this joint issue, joint muscle pain. It is also touching sort of hurt feelings. So this could be emotions displaying now as physical pain. So something you've been holding in, retaining in. So the body is now releasing it through physical pain. And this charm is all about peeling back the layers. So maybe that's what it's asking you to do. Kind of peel back the layers. Take a moment of pause, right? The winter is coming. Take a moment of pause. Peel everything back. Try to figure out, like, how did I do this, right? How did I bring about my neck pain? How did I bring about my joint pain? What was I doing? And really what you're attracting is this knowledge, this awareness. You know, you kind of have the time now to sit and look through everything and figure out, especially if this is a recurring injury, my neck is, so there's been some protocol that I've been doing, but it hasn't fully worked, right? So new activity, try something new. The protocol I was doing not working, so I should try something new. So that could be something that is also the message for you. You know, you've been trying a certain protocol, so try something different, try something new. Okay. There's a great frustration here in these first two cards. I'm just going to tuck that third card for now. You know, she just wants to, like, cut the limb off. It's really the saying I'm getting, right? Like, if I could just, you know, slice the left side of my neck out so I could feel no pain and be able to look left, I'd be happy to do that, right? And same here, like, you just don't want to, like, that reflection, right? You don't want to kind of look back because it's like, oh, what's the energy I'm getting? I'm getting the, like, yeah, I know. You know, I've had this pain before. I've had this energy before. I was told it was going to get worse anyways. There's this pushing back of other people's suggestion, ideas, thoughts, opinions. No receptivity to it, right? The frustration that you're sitting in, the anger, like, yeah, I know. And maybe that's why they want you to reflect back at all this. If it's reoccurring again, then try something new, right? Try something different, try something new. Obviously, don't take a sword or anything to yourself, but this is just sort of the place you're in. And then what I love about this card, as I go to move away from it, is the crow. So earth angels, look at the message he's bringing in. The you know, listen, the message from your soul here. Listen to your body. You know the answer. You know what you need to do here, and you know it's not this. And you know it's not this. So what is it? It's almost like he brought you like a recipe, right? You're kind of mixing your elixir here. We're coming back to the emotions as well. All this blue. So maybe it is, you know, an emotion that is displaying now physically. You've let something kind of bother you to this point. Sort of the tension that you were holding in your body, right, is affecting all your joints. But look at the liquid here. And I was talking right at the beginning about oiling the joints, and I call this an elixir. I don't know if there's a cream. I don't know if this is like collagen you can drink. Like I don't know what it is that goes in that lubricates the joints. But I feel like there's something you can either rub or drink here. I don't know why I said lick. Maybe because I was thinking elixir. But in order to kind of move out of this space, you know, you need to be willing to listen to your body. Sort of the no. Willing to look at everything in order to get your solution here. This lubrication for the joints, the oil for your joints. The release of the emotions. Okay. And coming down to our final messages down here. So what you need to hear now, they have my wine barrel. So this is all about a big shift in perspective. You know, the barrel's kind of rolling down the hill here for me, kind of chasing it. I wonder if I'm chasing it because it's like fast change, right? You gotta chase it. So if you want to improve, you're gonna have to chase your answer. You know, doing nothing is not getting you the answer, right? You have to manifest. You can't just sit still. I feel like the solution is within your ability. Like I'm saying, I feel like you just need to add like a topical cream or like I said, something you ingest, right? Oh, look at this. Time to acknowledge your pains. And we're at joint pains. So this charm's all about reminiscing. And I saw this here, a history of. So you were like, yeah. So you're not acknowledging this pain and how it comes about. And they want you to acknowledge now. Look at the memories. I do feel like this is a pain that you can get rid of in the future. I don't think you need to continue to have this neck pain or this tennis elbow or this knee joint pain, like whatever it is, the hip pain. The health challenge that they want you to be aware of. This is all about indulgence, gluttony. So if it is emotions, then you're sitting in your fury, right? You're sitting in your anger, your fury that causes stress, tension on the body. You know, muscles get tight. You might not be eating appropriately because you're in a bad mood. So your diet is all kinds of messed up. This is the second time I've talked diet, even though I've been trying to go away from diet. So it could be not eating well as part of sort of this anger emotion that we're sitting in. Anger, frustration, emotion, I feel is causing some muscle, body ache, joint pains here. And you kind of have to peel back the layers, right? Unpack it a bit. Okay. Ouch. Look at you listening finally, right? Listening to your body. You're tuned in here. It's nice to see. And then we have another card with some magic. My charm here also means magical moments. Wine barrel also means celebration. So there's this, listen to your body, right? How do I get rid of this from happening again? You know, my back is sore, my sciatica nerve is triggered, right? Again, lack of mobility. So if you're laid up in bed with a recurring back pain, nerve issue, whatever it is, it looks like there's a solution here in terms of lubrication or diet change, which is sort of the magical solution here. And you see it. Look at all your memories again floating around you. All your memories floating around you. All the times you were suffering with this pain, but you aren't anymore. You know, he's released here. You know, his body's more fluid than your counterpart here. So please, please listen to your body. Please acknowledge your change. Acknowledge your pain. Change your diet and your mindset, if that's what you're indulging in. If you're indulging in the emotions, or if you're indulging in emotional eating, maybe, or just not eating the right things right now. But you have an opportunity here to feel much better as it relates to your physical body, your movement, your mobility, and your emotions. So let's check in next month at the general health reading and see how we're all doing.